I have always the dream to be an entrepreneur, but the opportunity raised in 2012 when I decided to leave the company where I've been working for over 26 years and venture outside on my own. I had the dream to build something different, and the water, the Monviso, which it started by pure coincidence, but it was the driver that pushed me to start my own path.
Marhaba, I'm Janan Farhat.
And I'm Derek Zeno from the Al Qasimi Foundation.
Welcome to C-Suite Talks, a podcast about what it really means to lead.
We're talking to the people behind the titles to hear their stories, lessons, and a few surprises along the way.
Because leadership is more than just the corner office. It's personal.
Hello everyone and welcome to C-Suite Talks. Today, we're joined by Stefano Iorini, founder and managing director of Monviso, a premium natural mineral water brand that has built its identity around a simple promise: hydrate, give back, and recycle. Stefano, it's a pleasure to have you with us. How are you today?
I'm very good. Thank you for having me.
Lovely to hear. We're excited for this conversation. So let's start with the idea behind the brand. Why water? Why did this everyday product feel like the right place to build a movement around giving and responsibility?
Water is very important for our life. Is a crucial part of our well-being. Years ago, in 2013, I decided to import from Italy a premium water here in the UAE. But the idea was not to have just water, but to create something meaningful from a product that is so important to us. There are huge brands, leader brands, worldwide, multinationals. We are a very small brand. And we wanted to create something related to giving back. Years ago, we created an initiative called Take Water, Give Life with Al Foundation. Mm-hmm. We started recycling from homes and event plastic and glass bottles. We've been involved in different sport events and also arts events. So the idea was to have a water that has a meaningful part where people, consumers can relate it in a better way.
That's interesting because most people would see water as a commodity. You saw it as a connection point. On that note, we've only got 15 minutes. So starting with your morning, what does a typical morning look like for you from the time you wake up to the moment you feel ready for the day?
I don't have a routine. I travel a lot. My activities are spanning between the UAE, Saudi Arabia, and involve, as I said, a lot of traveling. So as much I would like, I do not have a routine. Ideally, I would like to start always with exercise. My wife is pushing to be active all the time, but it depends on traveling time, flights, and where I am. If I'm home is easy. If I'm hotels is a bit different. So I do not have a real routine.
Okay. So whether you're in a hotel or at home, is there one habit that you protect even when the day becomes busy?
Yes, I think meditation helps me a lot. And I try to find either in the morning or later in the evening before sleeping, some moment, few minutes just for myself to ground and to ease my mind. So meditation is a nice part of my routine. Yes.
Interesting. Let's move from the daily routine to the bigger turning points. Was there a key moment in your life that changed your path and pushed you towards entrepreneurship?
Big questions. I have always the dream to be an entrepreneur, but the opportunity raised in 2012 when I decided to leave the company where I've been working for over 26 years and venture outside on my own. I had the dream to build something different, and the water, the Monviso, which it started by pure coincidence, but it was the driver that pushed me to start my own path.
Did the UAE shape that decision in any way?
But definitely, yes, UAE is a country which make easy for people to start their own companies. Bureaucracy is very easy, so anybody can start. Then it's not going to be easy, but it is easy to start.
Okay, interesting. What do you think is the most underrated skill that has helped you advance as an entrepreneur and as a leader?
I think listening to people, to me, is very important to understand how is important and how valuable can be to really listen to people, not just hearing them, but listening to what everybody can say, starting from a top manager to a labor in the company, a customer, huge customer. So everybody can say something that can be important to you.
And is that something you actively look for in your team? Should they be good listeners?
No, not necessary, but I definitely prefer people that they tend to listen more to colleagues, to customer, or than to the ones that are speaking too much because they want to be heard.
No, but that's a very interesting one because listening is a skill. It sounds simple, but it is hard to practice consistently.
Yes, because our ego plays on our mind. So it takes discipline and a real decision to step back and to take advantage of this big opportunity about listening about people.
All right, Stefano. So now let's mix things up a little. We have a segment called the Wheel of Questions where the wheel picks the next topic for us. So shall
Okay,
we give it a spin?
I have to do it.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. What is the best piece of career advice you have ever been given?
I think it was my father when I was still studying, when he suggested me to try to be involved in any aspect of operations in the at the time I was about to start my career in in a company which where he used also to work for 40 years, and his advice was do not limit yourself on what you have to do, but open your interest or try to understand any aspect of operations or that the company is involved. And I believe that was my driver for from that time to now. And this is the same thing that I invite everyone working with me. I do not like when people are limiting to their scope of work. I really appreciate when people come up with idea, even if it's wrong, it's not a problem. We all do mistakes, but trying and being trying to find solution or alternative ideas of any aspect of our company, I believe, is very important.
It's very powerful. Did you understand the value of the advice your father gave immediately, or is that something you thought about later and then you were like, "Oh, this makes sense"?
No, at that time, I exactly remember when he told me, and I thought it was just a kind of preaching from him. I understand many years after when I found myself that it came a second nature for me to try to understand any aspect of work or collaborations of relations. So do not limit to what you think you have been told to do or what is your specific job. And this is something limitless for any person, I believe.
Yeah. No, I really like that because it is practical, not just motivational for the sake of it.
No, it's very practical. Yes.
Yeah. I think you can give the wheel another spin.
7.
Okay. Could you tell us about a time when something did not go according to plan? How did you recover and what did it teach you?
We should have 10 hours time to go with all the things that sometimes resilience. I think resilience, because difficult moments happen. uh, Most of the time are unexpected, and we are not prepared. Sometimes are completely external circumstances, like the situation we are living in these days, or sometimes they are all mistakes. So I believe resilience is the most important thing that I've been learning with all the mistakes or failures, and the strength to look in yourself to find solution, and believing that everything will pass.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes it's much easier to think about to be pessimist. But if you believe that everything will pass, then resilience will have a better strength on the next steps.
And how do you speak to your team when plans fail?
The failures of the plans, I don't think is important. I think is much worse if you don't try to do things. Then making mistakes is human. My old boss used to say, making the same mistakes two times is a bit mean to be stupid. So, so
Thank you for sharing that. It is easy to talk about wins, but it's not very easy to talk about the times that we learn something,
no, yeah,
especially from circumstances that are out of our control.
yeah, yes, and then the few years there have been quite a lot.
Yeah,
If you look at the last 6 years,
true.
have been quite a lot of events that are completely out of control.
Yeah, but I really like that you said resilience. I think that's a very important trait as an entrepreneur and a leader. And even for your team, how you bring that to the team itself. Thank you, Stefano. I think we can go for another spin. Do you take proper breaks? And when you do, what helps you recover?
This is a hot topic at home.
Why is that?
Breaks are very important. I should force myself to take more and to listen more to my wife, to have much more often. But definitely traveling is a good way to break.
Yeah.
I wish to have the time, or to force myself to make it more often.
So has entrepreneurship changed your relationship with rest? Because you also travel a lot for work, right?
No, I don't think. Yeah, I think I've been always involved, even before when I was employed. Traveling was has been always a big part of my job. So no, it's not has not changed.
Okay, so are you very good at switching off when you need to take breaks? Or is that something which is still a work in progress?
A big work in progress. Still switching off. Also because for me, work is also my hobby, my passion. So it is very difficult to switch off.
No, that's a very real answer. It's easy to recommend people to go take rest, but it's hard to practice when you're also in the mix of things, like when you're
Yes.
leading a team of people or an enterprise. It's not the easiest thing to do.
No.
Can you give the wheel another spin, Stefano? This is an interesting one. If you were not running Monviso, what do you think you would be doing instead?
I think I would be very much involved in communities, building communities, something linked to hospitality or events. I don't know. This is the first things that pop up in my mind while when you make the question.
Yeah. And do you think purpose would still be part of the work, whatever the industry?
I think yes. Regardless the industry, the brand, or the company you are running, I believe that purpose can be always found in anything we do, and it's very important to have a purpose to drive and to bring people together and collaborate in society.
Well, that's interesting. So even in another path, the same values might appear.
I think so, because it was really the first answer to your question. So I believe yes.
On that note, when you are interviewing someone for Monviso, what are the green flags you look for and what are the red flags?
Green is definitely attitude, being humble, and always saying the truth.
Yeah.
Truth. Sometimes truth can be painful. Sometimes can bring consequences. But when we are always speaking the truth, then that is the best way forward. And have the courage to try things, regardless your scope of work or your for what you have been hired. I really appreciate people that find they look for the extra miles in whatever position, accounting, sales, or store. There is always way to do your job better. So, and if you do it in a humble way, then there are endless opportunities at any level,
Right.
not on Monviso, I believe, of any organization. And red flag is definitely ego, especially when it is ego without accountability.
No, I love that because you mentioned a good attitude and being humble and a willingness to learn, staying curious, right?
Curiosity,
Yeah.
curiosity. I think Steve Jobs was one of the main things of has been my one of my role models, and being curiosity is what there are, and I think it links to your first question.
Yeah.
What has been my first advice? When you are open to everything and curiosity, then you have more and more opportunity to grow in any aspect of your work or your life.
Right. Yeah. Stay hungry, stay foolish.
Yeah,
Right.
that was the yeah.
All right. Stefano, before we close, I want to come back to what makes Monvi so different. It may begin with water, but the story is really about generosity, responsibility, and the choices people make every day. Looking 5 years ahead, what does success look like for Monviso and what legacy do you hope the brand leaves here in the UAE?
In 5 years from now, I hope people, consumers, will remember Monviso as a brand with values, not just a water brand, but as a brand that has been working in communities with our for all the sports events that we have been involved, arts events, the recycling, and the social project like Canvas by Monviso. So this is what I really hope, that people will associate Monviso more and more to our values and not to the product itself.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about Canvas by Monviso?
Yeah, Canvas is a project that started 2-3 years ago with Touch. Jean Winter is an amazing person that created this organization called Touch. She helps people with disabilities, and from two persons at the beginning, I think now they have more than 80 or 90 persons that have been supported with sports or activities. So we had this. I had this dream since many years to bring art on our label. And during a coffee 2 years ago, 3 years ago, we had let's make the first collection designed by artists with the disability. So it started with the coffee. We had three amazing artists that created labels, and we put on our label. My dream is to create a big number of editions. Theoretically, every hotel or restaurants with a certain volume can create its own Monviso canvas,
Yeah.
which will connect artists that can be artists from UAE or international artists, the hotel or the restaurants that wants to have a personalized label, and the premium water that comes from Italy.
Yeah.
The dream is to have, we are already in talks, but to have the second edition created for Ras Al Khaimah.
Wow, that's really nice.
That to have artists having paintings that represents the values of Ras Al Khaimah.
A small nudge to the fact that Monviso has been a big partner of the Ras Al Khaimah Art Festival over the years. So thank you so much, Stefano. I think it's a strong vision and it brings the whole story together. And it feels like a fitting place to end. Thank you for your honesty and the story behind Monviso. What you are building is more than just a water brand. It is a reminder that even ordinary choices can carry purpose when a business commits to doing the work behind the promise. So, from all of us at C Suite Talks, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much for the opportunity, and thank you very much to all the people that are part of the Al-Qasimi Foundation and RAC Art Festival. We really love and appreciate the opportunity of being part. I believe it has been already 4 years being part of this amazing festival that has been, we feel, that has been growing year by year in a fantastic way.
Likewise, we think it's a really amazing opportunity to be collaborating with Monviso, and we hope to build on this collaboration for the future editions of the festival and beyond.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us on C-Suite Talks, where we bring global and local insights from the heart of Ras Al Khaimah to the world.
Be sure to follow, share, and tune in next time for another 15-minute conversation about what it really takes to lead.